Alright, so take two. Hello everybody, welcome back. We're on episode 4 of the saadcast. Today we'll be talking about racism, sexism, toxicity, the whole works in the T3 community. Today we're joined by Prahdigee and Ali, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name's Ali. I'm on an all-women's Siege team. I am the community manager for Elevate, and I'm a streamer.
I'm Prahdigee, and I am a content creator currently, former coach for Tech Gaming. And yeah, essentially we deal with toxicity on the daily.
Yeah, so like...
I'm Sale, hi.
No one cares. Alright, so 3 weeks ago...
Fuck me.
Or whenever we started this podcast, it was 3 weeks ago, huh? Yeah, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
We started this podcast, and Prahdigee DM'd me, telling me he wanted to, like, basically do this episode. It's all his idea, where we talk about all of the shit that goes on in the Siege community. And part of that was because he and Ali both had experiences with one specific person who was pretty big dick. I'll let you talk about it.
The real R6 dick.
No, we love R6 Dick. He's great.
No, we love
Yeah,
R6
he's
dick
great.
here. I love Creeper.
He's
He's a
awesome.
good guy.
He's the best.
Man, we should all just call him
I
Creeper.
actually found
now.
out
We all
last
know
night
he is.
who he actually was.
Yeah, no, everyone got to find out. Wasn't
I had
exactly
no
his
idea
choice
until
to be
last night.
found out, but
Yeah.
that's a different story. Anyway,
Um,
so to
anyway.
kick things off, yes, Prahdigee. Let's
okay,
get the ball rolling.
Wait, are you announcing it or rolling it?
Yeah,
Been
we're
rolling.
going. Right?
All right. I'm
off.
asking because you said it anyway as I said it. Anyway, so essentially, Melly was a former teammate of mine, essentially. And he was on like 3 different teams at one time. All of the works of toxicity. He would go into various comp matches of T3, be toxic. And the way that it started affecting us was that he went up against Ali's team, was extremely toxic. That started getting leaked out onto Twitter from her team. And it just started rolling from there, just spiraling down.
Okay,
Now, Prahdigee, were you involved with this match against Ali's team, or was this one
Not
of the
at all.
other, like, 16 fucking teams that he was...
No, it was a different team that he was on.
I see. So it's like polyamory, but for teams. And it's,
Yeah,
and just like the real thing, it fucking sucks.
yeah.
polyamory. Yeah, I mean, he's team hopping. It seems like, I mean, I don't know, but it seems like he was team hopping just so no one team could call him out and like kind of like kick him.
Actually, well, the thing is, whenever we started calling him out, he had like 3 different teams back him up and say that, hey, our player is not part of this toxicity. Leave him alone.
Now,
3
was he
different
using
teams.
was he using separate accounts, or was he just the same
Same
Melly
account.
on all 3? Okay,
Same
so
account on all teams.
man, if you're gonna be a fucking piece of shit, do it well, right?
Yeah.
At least buy a Smurf.
Yeah, right. Like, make a different named account, something. Keep the shit off your tracks.
Okay, so yeah, he's kind of dumb, but Ali, what kind of like shit went down in that scrim that like caused your whole team to just like expose that bitch?
So this was a previous roster, and we kind of just like we were more like we don't take shit. And I'm sorry, am I allowed to swear? Like I'm allowed to
Yeah,
swear,
go
right?
ahead, go ahead.
I've
just
been
making
swearing this entire time.
just making sure. So we hadn't even started the scrim. Like we were still in the lobby, and he was just being super annoying. And then one of his teammates started dropping the N-word in like all chat. We were like, okay, like weird. We'll start it. We'll meet him. Whatever.
Okay.
We'll just keep going. So as soon as we started, lobby, goes to go in. As soon as he does it, he calls us useless whores. I think is what he called us, or something whores. And we were like, we all stopped, and we were like, "Are you serious right now?" So we all went to Twitter. Nobody said his name. We kept his name out of it. It was him who actually got his name into it. So we all like, oh, love being called like useless whores and scrims. And so people
I
were
think
like,
I saw
what's
that
the team?
actually.
Probably. People were like, what's the team? What's the team? What's the team name? Well, then they come in on, I think, burner Twitter accounts because some of them had like 0 followers, and they started just going off on it. And we were like, we weren't even gonna out y'all, but like y'all outed yourself. And so that's where like Prahdigee came in. He's like, look, like this guy's like, we're dropping him from our team. Like he wasn't screaming because I realized I was a admin in a minor like T3 league, and I was like, this kid's name sounds familiar. I know him from this league. So that's how I was like, okay, well, like I'm connecting the dots now. This kid plays for another team as well. Let me message that coach, which happens to be Prahdigee. And so that's kind of how like him and I like intertwined with that toxic kid. That's all he was. He was like 15. He's a child and just terrible person.
Now, obviously, like we were all 15 years old at one point, right? Like I'm just gonna like own up. Like I've said some fucked up stuff as an immature like 15-year-old, you know. But we're at a point in internet culture, and especially if he's involved with the Siege community, where he knows that kind of shit is not tolerable, and it isn't in the very least at any point, right? But to go through it, and I'm sure that he didn't even feel bad about it at all. Like he's probably doing the same shit. But I don't know. I find that pretty fucking just weird. What's the current status with that guy? Like, hey, what has happened with it? Has he just fallen off the face of the earth?
Seriously, just fell off the face of the earth after all that happened.
He probably rebranded.
He probably rebranded and is now running shit up in the fucking Bronze 3 slow.
He also had blocked me on Discord and Twitter. Unblocked me, DM me the same thing on both, blocked me again after I responded, unblocked me, messaged me again, and then blocked me again.
Man, it's like
he doesn't want to hear it.
Man, it's like a shitty ex. It's like a shitty ex.
Yeah, one you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
If Allie's team wasn't like willing to disclose the name, it just seems like they did that shit for attention. Like, oh, someone with more clout than us or whatever.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of them had a recording of it too.
Nice.
We had video like clips of him saying it, and we all went back. We were like, let's make sure we heard it right, because the game was starting, so we could have misheard it. Let's all like check it. None of us were gonna post it at first. We were just gonna have it, and then we were gonna send it to like the org owner. And so our org owner DM'd the other org owner. I don't think it was Prahdigee's. I think it was the team he was representing at that time. And the owner goes, I don't see anything wrong with this. I don't think anything's wrong. And we were like, we all stopped it. Fuck him. I don't remember. I'd have to go up. I'd have to remember.
Okay, so let's be honest. It probably wasn't an org. It's probably a group of like 10 or so people that claimed to be an org and paid like $5 to someone on Fiverr to make a logo.
Yeah, one of those. And so he basically was like, "There's nothing wrong here. My person didn't do anything wrong." And we were like, "They were like, oh, the girls must have done something to piss him off." And we were like, "Hold up, we have this entire recording that we did nothing. The only thing I said was like, hi, Melly, like, I know you're from this league. And that was it. And according to that org owner, that was enough to make his actions viable and, like, okay.
Now, obviously, so that brings up another, like, pseudo-topic of sorts. And the concept of just, like, obviously, as females in the Siege community, gaming community in general, you know, like, y'all get shit for no reason. You know, a lot of people like to claim that it doesn't exist or it doesn't happen. But if you're a chick, you're going to get shit just for being a chick. Now, there are other factors going into it, right? But sexism is very relevant and it's very prevalent as well. And the fact that people are going out of their way and saying that you must have provoked it when we all know that it's just, again, the classic, like, 13-year-old COD kid that loves to just shit on women and then anyone with a skin color that isn't Casper white. You know, like, it's the same shit. You see it absolutely everywhere, and I can't believe people think it's fucking okay. You know, like, it's so ironic that we look over it and then we gloss over it. And then we think, oh, it's fine, he's just a kid.
Yeah. Or it's just a video game. A lot of people say that.
It's just a video game.
Like, why are you offended?
Yeah, why are you offended? It's just words of the internet, right? But it perpetuates this bullshit and it normalizes it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a normal thing. It should be something like, that's like, oh, that's out of the ordinary. Not, it's a normal game. It's a toxic video game.
You know, like...
That's my take on it.
Yeah, no, like, and obviously, like, there's the shit, like, there's certain people on Twitter and shit, right? Like, for instance, like, Tara will take the, like, female jokes in stride and, like, you know, like, that kind of shit goes back and forth, but in the end, that's banter there. But if you're going into the game and just, like, useless whores, really? That's what you're gonna come up with? That's your witty insult? And, no. That shit's gross.
I think a lot of people, when it comes to toxicity, tend to say, "Oh, that's just the culture of the game." Like if that shit happens to you in a COD lobby, or if it happens to you in CS or Rainbow, it's like, "Oh, it's normal. You just gotta put up with it."
But why does it need to be that way? You know,
that's the problem. Like, so many people have normalized the bullshit that goes on in COD or in Rainbow, even, and it's just like, what's the point? Why are we all putting up with this when we know it's just not right?
Especially, you know, and it's...
Go ahead.
Oh. Okay. Well, especially in a game like Siege, right? Where everyone's just trying to improve and get better, right? Like, in this... from a compassionate standpoint, like, you're just preventing other people from growing and yourself. Like, it's counterintuitive as hell. But, you know, at the end of the day, I guess it's just shit talk, right? It's just shit talk. It's fine. No one gets hurt. Except people do, by the way. But let's have a bit of story time. What else have y'all encountered in this community that is just fucking gross?
You want to go, or you want me to go?
Oh, you can go. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it open.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not just like Siege in general. Like, I've been gaming multiplayer since I was probably 8, and I heard a lot of things an 8-year-old should not hear, like in Call of Duty and all that. So I've been told stuff like that, and then Siege, honestly, it's probably not any better. Like, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, someone said this to you in like Siege, you'd never survive in a COD lobby." Like, why does that matter? Type thing.
And how much of this shit goes on in private? Like, I'm not gonna ask you to like say names or anything, but have there been cases where people go to you in DMs or just in private and just say some fucked up shit?
Dinner's ready.
Okay, give me a moment.
I'll cut this out. It's okay.
We love webcam mics.
Yeah. Oh, it was the webcam. Fuck! Oh shit! Oh no, that's tragic. That's tragic. It switched. Oh no!
Shut up! Just stop. Okay.
Anyway,
I'll fix it.
Floor's yours.
I don't even remember the question.
Okay, the question was,
damn it.
Like, how much of that shit goes on, like, in DMs or in private comments where people are, like, getting less attention for it, but are more just doing it to be dicks than just, like, show off to their friends that they were mean to someone, I guess.
I mean, I had this clip go out a while ago. This is, like, a year old. And it was a stage clip, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it wasn't supposed to go anywhere besides, like, my personal Discord. And it was just, like, a collegiate summer game. It was like staged like Ace. Like, that was it. It was supposed to stay with my friends and I. And it ended up in 2 YouTube videos. So I got a lot of hate in my like DMs from that. Like, people were just giving me so much shit for it. They're like, it's because you're a woman, this, girls shouldn't do that, you're just blah 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 blah. And it always, like, every time came back to my gender, no matter what. Like, I fucking sucked at the game. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I know it was bad. But they could just be like, you're bad at the game. It was because you're a woman, ABCD. So it's kind of like slowed down in my DMs personally, but I know like it happens to a lot of other females in their DMs. Like, I've had friends who like they'll like screenshot and show it, and it's just like, why? Like, what is the point of this? Like, they did nothing to you. It's like they're not even following each other. It's one of those like, try to send you a message, this is what I'm saying type thing.
Yeah, and especially, and I think that because in the end, we're just a bunch of people playing a video game, right? So I don't think there should... I think this gender boundary shit is kind of fucking dumb, personally, right? From the sense that because chicks get so much shit in general, right? Like, I feel like it prevents other people from... Or, like, the people that aren't, like, total pieces of shit from, like, even trying to communicate with them because they're worried that certain things they may say, or they're worried about banter or some shit because they're worried it may come off as toxic or fucked up, right? like it creates this unnecessary divide between everybody because a select few people are just utter dog shit.
Yeah, I think all of this toxicity has trickled down into the higher, trickled up.
Climbed up?
Moved up?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, okay? Moved up, climbed up into the
Gone
higher
up.
levels of play. Like, I mean, we've only had one, like, female pro in all of Siege, and that was Goddess, who's no longer a pro anymore. She doesn't even play anymore. But,
No, she is. She's on a comp team with Terra now.
She's on a
And Lissa.
CCSW team.
Yeah.
Okay, not T2, T1, though, okay?
Okay, that's fair.
Not the
That's
same.
fair.
But a lot of that has trickled. Fuck, it's bled in. It's bled into that community where like the mindset is all women are bad at the game. They're not gonna get anywhere, so why should we team with them? And if one does manage to succeed somehow, they succeeded because someone was simping for them or whatever, and they gave them a spot on the team when they didn't deserve it over someone else. Like that. I mean, that's the mindset that like people had around Goddess, and that's the mindset that's keeping other women from playing Siege because they know if they win it, they're not gonna be appreciated for winning it on their own merit. It's really just
And
go ahead.
yeah, and I think that that's especially why we're starting to see a prevalence in like all women's leagues and stuff, right? I feel like, and like if I'm wrong here, just correct me, right? But I feel like it's not so much that I think that legitimately it's just that the chicks want to break from it. Because there's so much bullshit that goes on. You know you can hop in just a random T3 league match and still get shit from it. Why bother with that? Like make an all-female league where everyone can escape from that bullshit and just do it on their own and feel like their comp experience is worth something. You know, like obviously I don't know what that feels like, but that's just what I'm gathering.
I mean, from an outside point of view, because like I mean, it hasn't happened to me, but like it seems like it would ruin your experience and like just deter you from even wanting to play the game. And I mean, if you, especially Siege, like it's a game a lot of people are just super passionate about. If you don't want to play the game you love because people are just being dickheads, then like you're not gonna play it.
Yeah. No. Obviously, the sexism portion, like that's while it's been kind of swept under the rug, that has been very apparent. Like I feel like everyone pretty much knows that it exists. But something that's not talked about so much is the just the prevalence of like casual racism within the community, right? Like and it goes by in the higher ranks and people that are well known, and it's just glossed over and passed by. And while I will say is like I'm not going to go too in depth, right? But you know, like jokes are jokes, but if you're going at random people with shit, that's a weird spot because at a certain point, what can you say is a joke, and what is just you trying to be an asshole?
I'll say this: I think it was back. I have two like experiences with. They weren't being racist to me, but they're just like, oof. I think it was last year when the campaign started for the re-election. I played two people. One of them was NN 2020, which was no N words 2020, and the other one, that like he said in chat that that's what his name meant, and he made sure we knew that that's what his name meant.
Wow.
And we played another.
Classic.
His friend was a play on words on MAGA as well, but it was also another racist thing. And
of course it was.
I played these guys like 5-6 times in ranked, and they would just go in the chat. And I remember there was this one black person in our game, and he spoke, and they heard that he sounded like he was black, and they went off. They team killed him. Like I think this was before RFF actually. So like they got away with quite a bit of team killing. Like every round, he didn't survive out of spawn one round. They were just saying the N-word over and over and over again in chat, asking him why he's not smart enough to shoot back or whatever because he's black or ghetto or whatever. And they were just attacking this poor guy. Like, and then we queued again and we got in his game again. They did the same shit again. And just like completely just attacking and abusing this guy in game. Which, I mean, it's not physical abuse, but that mental abuse, like, someone's hating on you just because you sound black. Like, come on, like that shit.
Yeah,
hurts.
what's the problem with existing?
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that's all. There are people that feel wrong for just existing and being out there. You know, and it sucks because Ubisoft doesn't do shit. They're
They're
really
getting
don't.
Not at
better.
all.
They're getting
They're
a
getting
lot better at it.
They have been getting better, and I've seen screenshots of people like reporting people and getting actual results back in the in-game menu, right? But you know, like there's a problem with it when there's people on the game that are just straight up named the N-word, and they bypass the fucking name shit. You know, like how are you gonna let that happen? As the developers of a T1 esport, people play this competitively for their lives, and like you're gonna see like N-word hunter insert random code of numbers in your lobby. Like, really? You want that representing you guys?
I think the problem is that it'll never be enough. Like, no matter how much you crack down on people, people are still gonna do it. Like, they'll still make another account and do that shit again. They don't. Like, it goes back to just, like, we're behind screens, so, like, there's no actual repercussions other than you losing, like, your $10 on your Siege account. Like, oh, well, whatever, I'll just go back and do it again. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Sorry, me and Saad have been talking like a fuck ton.
No, you're
I
good.
apologize for that. Is there anything anyone else would like to add on, or another topic you'd like to bring up that you think could spur some form of a educated discussion?
Here, I'll let that cook. Wait, let's see if it works. Oh, it worked. Okay, I'm muted. Let's go. This happened. I think it was yesterday. Actually, I was playing ranked on my alt, and they banned Clash and Capital, and they're like,
Oh
they did
gosh,
the,
I can
they
already.
did
Oh
the,
yeah, I
they
already
did
know where
the
that's
same
going.
shit. Like,
Yep.
just like, okay, well, we don't like black people. Like, they're not gonna be playing in this match, and like they also said in chat, don't play Castle or we'll find you. And like, why?
People have done that like with like
Why?
like Hibby and Echo, and they're like, "Oh, ban the Asians, get them out of
Yeah.
here," and then insert racist, whatever. Like I used to play with when I was friends with someone, keeping their name out of this. They used to get so many racist slurs all the time. Like almost every game we played, like they knew who they were. It was just racist slur after slur after slur. And I just don't understand. Like they would even DM them like slur, 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 and I just don't understand why. Like literally, just because they could. That's what they would do.
It's like
because there's no legitimate punishment.
and it's like the only source of comedy for them. Like they literally do not find anything else funny for some reason. Like the only way for them to actually enjoy themselves is to go in a call or just in game chat and just be racist. It's not even like casual racism where like, oh, okay, she's Asian, ban her. It's like
It'll be full on.
it'll be hardcore. Like okay, fair enough. They are Asians. Okay, whatever. We acknowledge that. But like what you when you take it to the next step and you actually make it racist instead of just saying that they're Asian or they're black or they're whatever, like that when you take it to that
When you
next
start throwing
step,
slurs
that's what the
into it.
problem is. Yeah,
You know, and I feel like a large portion of it is like, because obviously that is just a shitty childish joke that just unfunny, right? Like, and it's a show of maturity. But I also feel like it's just another way to get for people that just aren't good at talking shit to get by, right? Like, if you're gonna try and insult someone, be clever with it. Like, really, you're gonna rely on slurs to talk shit? Like, come on, man. Be better than that. Read a dictionary. Find out a few new words to expand your kindergartner-sized vocabulary. Like,
Not smart
figure
enough.
something out, man. And it pisses me because sometimes it'll be people that are legitimately good at the game that do this shit. They've got a reputation on the line, and I'm not going to name anyone, obviously, because that'll just cause more bullshit to come somebody's way. But there are people that are known and that play this game relatively seriously that go around and do this same shit, and then just because they don't get caught for it, they continue it. And I find that fucking just weird. I don't understand the thought process behind it. Like, you've got shit to lose, potentially. I mean, you could just rebrand, I guess, but...
What's the point?
You're still, even if you rebrand, you're still going to be known for it.
Well...
You still have that trace.
Well, it's ironic, right? Because now there are some people who, again, not going to name any names, who have rebranded and now are bigger than before, and people know who they are, but they just don't get shit for it anymore. I don't understand. Like this is going to be ironic and hypocritical, but I say bully those people of the fucking community. They're not wanted here. That shit shouldn't be tolerated. Like, second chances are a thing, but repeat behavior is bullshit.
I wouldn't say bully them out of the community, because that's like...
Okay, well that is a little...
Hold on, like, well, okay. It's like you can't be toxicity with toxicity type thing. So, like, I wouldn't say bully them out of the community. I would say don't give them the attention they're wanting. Don't, like, if you know somebody is known for this, don't interact with them, don't give them that. Don't give them your number. And eventually they'll just lose, like, I guess a push for it. So it's not bullying them out, because you can't fight toxicity with toxicity. That's fighting fire with fire. Just don't let them back in. And it's like, just don't give them what they're looking for. If they're a streamer, don't watch them. Don't interact with them. If someone goes to raid them, back out, leave, whatever. But, like, don't give them that. It's that type of thing.
Yeah. And I think that, especially with the concept of not giving them attention and kind of like snuffing out a fire, if that's an appropriate analogy, I think that can be a very effective way of doing things, but there are certain people that come back and will have notoriety regardless. And will have this just drive to constantly be a piece of shit, because that's the only thing they're good at.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Go ahead, Ali.
No, I was just saying, yeah, that was it. You're good.
All right, well, that's all I was saying, too. So, looks like we're both on the same page. That's awesome.
I'm glad. Prodigy, have you had any experiences with any of this?
Yes, sort of. The issue is, so I was like 16. And I'll just phrase it as I ended up on the OMG a Girl series from Spontaneous.
I don't get that.
And here I am turning 19. And still wish that was like a canceled thing, but it wasn't, sadly.
I'm just being honest.
Oh,
like,
do
no,
you
me
not
and
Spontaneous?
Saad have no fucking context to that, and I feel ignorant for not knowing. That is unfortunate. Go ahead and
Ellie,
explain.
do you have a good way of detailing it? Because I only know about that one episode.
Oh,
Or do you not? Okay.
this is a repeat.
Is it like
a TLDR then?
Is it like someone who like reacts like there's a girl in the lobby, so they freak
Yeah.
out over it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Okay.
It's like a full-on series about it that she has. That's actually kind of thriving. Last I checked. But I mean, it effectively outs people. It gets people inside her comments, like, trying to go up against those people. On Twitter, there's people who will at the, the, I guess, suspects of the video.
Offender.
Yeah, the offender. That's a better word, thanks. I mean, myself, I didn't have Twitter at the time, so I kind of avoided all that and still got outed inside of every game I was in just because of how big the channel was. And I also was streaming on Mixer at the time, and she like seriously called me out the next night. Had like 20 people in my Mixer saying all kinds of things to me about it. Like, it was just straight up toxic.
Okay, so you're speaking
and that's
from
all
the
because of my
standpoint.
toxicity.
Yeah, right. And I'm happy that obviously. I mean, you're older than me, right? But obviously, you've grown from that, and you know that behavior was wrong, and as such, you have stopped it, and now you stand against that type of shit. I think that is healthy character development within a person. But there are some people where that kind of stuff, where you call it out and then you just throw a bunch of shit their way, that will only reinforce it. It'll be like, and like, nothing I'm saying here is serious. Like, oh, I hate women. Gets called out for it. Who called me out? A woman. Who do I hate more? By proxy, obviously, like the whole fucking group of women. Like, it's just, I don't know, that can be a double-edged sword. I feel like in most cases, because it's a bunch of impressionable teenagers, you know, like it calls them out and they're like, oh fuck, I don't want to be on the receiving end of that again. You know, there are some people that just go full fucking like, oof.
Yeah. I wish our community would actually work on like their repercussions for things. Because like
Yeah.
obviously toxicity isn't gonna fight toxicity, it's just gonna cause more. They need a obviously Ubisoft has been doing really good with banning people who are toxic, but they need a more, I don't know, sustained like repercussion of like maybe hardware bans for repeated offenders, stuff like that. I mean, there's no possible way they're gonna get all the toxic people out of the community without doing something that far.
That hardware IP bans, yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
because that
put
forces
like
them
my
to buy a
opinion?
new computer.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
So, kind of like going along that, I mean, we can't all like rely all of that on Ubisoft because like a lot of like Ubisoft can only do so much. Like taking that, like a company can only do so much. I think as a community, we also have a part to play in this. Like, if you kind of check your friends type thing. If you realize like one of your friends or someone, like maybe you're just a mutual and like there's like another person being toxic to someone else, check them in all honesty. Because I feel like if it's someone you know who's checking you over some random person, you're more likely to go, okay, hold on. Like, if my friend is checking me, I'm doing something wrong type thing. So it's a check your friends type thing. And eventually, like, say we all check our friends constantly. Like, we're all checking each other. Eventually, like, the person who's being toxic, everyone's going to be like, yo, like, why are you doing that? You're literally the only person doing it. And then they're going to be like, okay, well, like, now people are kind of turning on me. And I don't want to be alone doing this, so why should I do it? Type thing. Like,
Yeah.
that might be like a super optimistic view of this. Like, that might be like,
yeah.
well, yeah, like a big big optimistic view. But it starts with checking each other. Like,
Yeah.
that random in your game, if like he's a random being rude to someone else, check him. Be like, yo, like I don't know why you're doing this. You're literally the only one doing it. I feel like you can be like, okay, that's now I'm kind of getting turned on type thing. I'll stop. Like, no one else is joining in on it.
And from a more optimistic point of view, it could also be that the person just has a level of emotional maturity where they can realize, oh, wait, what I am doing is wrong. That this is wrong. I shouldn't be doing that. Like, it'll only reap negative benefits for me. And as such, I should probably discontinue that behavior. Now, a lot of people, especially in our community, right? Like, half of Siege Twitter is under the age of 18. You know, obviously, and you're in your teens and all the way up to like your mid 20s. I have no fucking clue. Like, I'm reading this shit, but there are varying degrees of maturity. You know, like you've got people that don't grow up their whole lives, and I think that a lot of that shows in the Siege community. Like, you've got people that are, again, not going to say anyone because I'm just a T3 shitter, right? But like, you've got people all the way up in fucking Pro League that are like just immature assholes. You know, and I think that if everyone in the community just took a bit of time to do some self-reflection, point out some negative behavior within themselves and fix that, we'd all be in a better spot because there isn't a need for conflict and tension and all this fucking just bigotry. It achieves nothing for anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what you two are saying, though, because let's say they ban every single toxic person. Like, miraculously, every single one gets banned and they can never come back.
Means I'm not coming back, baby.
Oh, God. But, I mean, that's just going to push them away into another game, right?
Yeah.
But if we do take the proactive way of being like, okay, hey, Elias, you're way too racist or sexist. You need to dial it back, homie.
I was about to say no, I won't. Then I realized what you said. Like, yeah, I'm not going to joke about that. Like, someone might take that literally.
But if we are checking our friends and just checking each other and kind of just taking the system and approach that Ali is or suggested, it'll make the gaming community as a whole better, and it won't just be pushing our problems or sweeping it away into another game. And I think that's the way to go about fixing it. Because, I mean, all of this is very prevalent because, I mean, we are in 2020 where, like, all this shit is happening live, like, outside. And we're dealing with all of this shit right now. And that's the approach that a lot of people should also be taking. Just trying to make each other better.
and they don't, and it
They
sucks.
won't.
Now, this has been a fantastic discussion, I feel, albeit with a lot of me rambling on about nonsensical shit. But if we're going to talk about one more topic on not so much a lighter note, but a different note, so obviously the recent ban wave, a lot of false bans. So I just want y'all's opinions. How many of these do you think are actually false? How many people do you think were actually closeting, got called out on their shit, and
Dude, I mean, it's with people who are bigger up in like the Twitter community of Siege, it's so easy for them to just cover up their tracks by saying, "No, you guys have known me for a long time. I would never cheat like this."
I bought this
Yes.
account, I swear. I bought it.
Yeah.
They
it's a
cheated with
false
it
ban?
before.
Yeah, they
a
logged
lot
in
of
from
them-
fucking Malaysia.
Yeah, a lot of them saying that it's just because of the fact that like it's a Smurf account. Me, I've had 2 or 3 Smurf accounts on PC. I've got like 5 of them on Xbox. I mean, and none of them have been banned whatsoever. I
Famous last
don't
words.
understand how this is just all of a sudden happening.
It's not. I have 3 accounts. My friend has like 4 or 5. Everyone in my Discord all has many accounts. None of them have been banned, but miraculously,
Oh, the
people
dog's barking. Unfortunately,
It's only the big people.
Yeah, I mean, I tweeted this. I sent this to my group chat first when I saw that Bills got banned. I was like, "Here we go, my account got hacked, part 2." And then
which one is it, baby?
And then that same day, I tweeted like, "I guarantee you that all of these people are just lying to protect their image," and that's what's happening. I promise you, they just don't want to be called out on their shit. Whether it be toxicity ban or cheating ban, like they did something. Like Ubisoft isn't just gonna go be like, "All right, let's ban this guy. Oh, this name looks dumb. Let's ban this guy." They're banning people for a reason.
Fuck this single player in particular.
No,
I definitely think. Yeah, no, and it really makes you think, like, how many people in the higher up Siege community are actually cheating? You know, because there's some people that just come out the gates fucking swinging, right? Like, and I know that this is probably an inferiority complex based on the fact that I'm hard stuck as fuck, but it's like there's some people that just get a little too good a little too fast, and like to keep up that image, and it's like, how many people are probably actually cheating up there? How many people just really want to get to that point where they can say they've won it all, but don't want to work it?
Yeah. Well, I don't see what they accomplish is my issue. Like,
egos.
and first off, if everyone, like you said, is getting banned who are like the higher up people on Twitter, we're about to see a lot of rebrands or a lot of people go offline completely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, personally, as someone who has before cheated on CS:GO, because who hasn't cheated on CS:GO? It's a free game.
No, not me. Minecraft,
None
though.
of you guys really?
No.
No, I remember going on
okay.
Minecraft
Okay.
whipping out
Okay,
that
well-
Gatling gun bow shit.
To be fair, I didn't do it in ranked. I just did it in casual and gun game.
Alright,
So
write that
at
down.
least you're
before you
honest
tweet,
there.
It wasn't
right
bad.
there.
All right, what's the Steam
Flip
account,
it.
baby?
Anyway, no, it's different. Steam accounts linked to my other Siege Smurf
He's
accounts.
covered
so
up
that'd be
his
a bad
tracks.
idea either way.
He's rebranded.
He's
So we're
clever.
just talking about rebranding.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I don't see the point in doing it. You don't gain anything from it. If your account gets banned, you're not keeping the champion charms that people are after. You're not keeping any of the skins. You're just ruining someone else's rank.
It's not the charm. It's like
Go ahead. I was gonna say I have
The
a
charm's
story about
flex,
that.
No, we want let's hear that story though after Saad finishes this.
it's not the charm. It's, oh hey look, I beat Bolo in rank today. I'm so good at this fucking game. Like I should be pro. And like that mindset, like, hey, I beat Bolo. Hey, I killed Merc or whatever the fuck. Whoever the hell you killed, like you're like, oh my god, I'm so much better than them. You know you're cheating, but like if everyone around you is boosting your ego and inflating you and be like, oh my god, you're nuts at the game or whatever, like that feels good. Just someone telling you that you're better than someone, it feels good. It's like just straight up. So
Yeah, like
if no one knows that you're cheating but you do, like they're boosting your ego, and at some point like that's why people
It's
are
just
doing
gonna
it.
drop.
Yeah.
every cup has its fill. I'll say that.
Yeah. All right, you can go, Ali.
So, at Raleigh, like the major that happened last August, we'll call this guy J. Okay, like the letter J. So, I don't even remember like how I ran into him or something. But this dude was just so proud that he was like number like 63 in Siege or whatever. Like he was like so good at the game, was just flaunting it. Literally was like, I'm so good. I'm number like 63 in Siege. Like literally, that's all he talked about. He was like, just I beat King George. I beat this person. Whatever. He had like the biggest ego in the world. 1 week after Raleigh banned for cheating, and it was the funniest thing in the world because there he was on Twitter. He's no longer on Twitter, nor does he play Siege anymore. There he was on Twitter. I don't know how I got banned. Like I've never cheated. I swear it wasn't me. It was a false ban. Funniest thing in the world. It's definitely an ego thing. Because that guy was just flaunting. Never had met him in my life before Raleigh. And he was just talking about how he was so good at the game and all these pros that he beat. And like he was like so good. And then banned for cheating.
And it astounds me because unless you're actively making money off this, you have nothing to be fucking proud of. You know, like if you're a streamer, then I can understand the ego shit a little bit, right? Like you're making money off something you like doing. If you're a pro or a Challenger League player, obviously you've got shit to flaunt. You're one of the best of the best. If you're playing for rank, okay, if you're playing for a number and a shiny dinky little fucking charm on the side of your gun, and you're going to actively brag about that in person, oh my god, do you think that makes you look fucking attractive?
I feel attacked.
I am Diamond in Rainbow Six Siege, the video game. I am able to shoot pixels better than you are, motherfucker. Look at how big my dick is. Really? You just look fucking dumb.
I don't know, what do you mean? Like, if someone comes up to me like, yo, I'm like number 4 champion, I don't know, I might have to give them my Snapchat. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my, no, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, man,
Like
if he looks like Adonis and he's good at the game, I'm just saying I might have to give in. That might be the end of me. I think the 3 Abrahamic religions might have an issue with my existence. Oh my god, no, dude! You touched Plat 1 that one time?
Yo, I hit Plat 1, let's go.
I hit Plat 1, let's go!
I hit it twice, and then have been stuck at around 4,000 EL ever since, and I hate it here.
hit champ on the test server. She's crazy.
Bro, I hit champ on the test server. It was on Twitter. I'm literally better than all of you.
I shit you not. I hit champ on the test server, and then I have not logged on to it ever since the time the charm. Anyway, so we've been off on a bit of a tangent there, you know. But man, I completely forgot where the fuck we were at. That's rough.
We were talking about the bands and like why people
the bands.
cheat.
Yeah, and I don't know. It strikes me as this thing where you got nothing else in your life to be proud of. You know, like find a fucking hobby. You know, like I sit on my ass playing fucking video games, right? But like I'm going to college. I write, I play an instrument, not well, but I do, right? Like I've got other shit in my life that I like to do. My identity is not being number 69 red rank in Rainbow Six.
It's pink. Champion's pink.
It's pink. Well, I'm colorblind, so.
No, you are not.
Anyway,
let's partly colorblind.
I mean, if you want to be technical, no one sees the color the same way, so...
Yeah, it's just all down to human perception. That'll get philosophical. I'd love to start a philosophy podcast. That'd be dope.
Yo, can I join on that? I love doing that.
I'll just take my notes from my philosophy class here in college, and we'll just regurgitate those for 45 minutes.
I'm getting left for a damn philosophy podcast.
No, I shit you, dude. No, like, I'm first year of college.
The podcast needs you.
The Prahdigee, I like that. That's good. That's good. We got the saadcast, the Prahdigee. We'll find a play on words
Podcast.
for Allie's name for Allie's podcast. That's a rough one though. I'm not good enough in the English language to come up with play on words like that. But man, fuck, we went off on a tangent again. I don't care though. Oh well, yeah, it's bound to happen. Like we're having
that's
fun.
Where conversation comes from tangents.
Yeah, right? Like, and at least anyone is going to enjoy the random bullshit that we're spewing out right now. Someone's bound to.
Facts.
I pander to the lowest common denominator of humor, so someone's bound to laugh.
This is true. You're like the least funny person I know, so thank you.
It's crazy. We're both LFT now, man.
I'm not LFT. I'm out of that shit.
You out of this bitch? Man,
But yeah, back to it. It is a lot of just image protection. I genuinely feel that's what the like everyone being on Twitter saying I didn't deserve it or whatever, because there's no way they accidentally banned like thousands of people just
Yeah,
for the
without
hell
a
of it.
doubt.
I do not believe that shit one bit. Like, if you want to come attack me, go for it, man. I do not believe you want for 1 second. That's bullshit.
Especially like and to cover people's tracks, there have been rumors that people like Macy J have been falsely banned. So it's like, oh, if someone extremely well known got false banned, it could happen to me too. It probably didn't. Just by the way, they didn't get banned, and they caught your shitty Microsoft Word cheat engine working its ass off.
I checked my Smurf account today, thinking I got banned on it.
Yeah, no, and I checked, like, I've got a Smurf that now belongs to my brother, right? But, like, I checked that one, I was like, man, I hope that one didn't get banned. It didn't, by the way. So I'm just saying, half of y'all probably were closeting. Just come out, say it, rebrand if you want. Don't get caught again.
Yeah, I mean...
Don't cheat again, but...
Macy getting banned was, like, literally such an isolated event. That was one person who, like...
Well, he didn't even get false banned, I don't think. Like, that was never confirmed. It was just something to cover up people's tracks.
I mean, I don't know what happened with Macy, honestly.
No, well, he had his account taken a while back.
By Foam, yes.
Yeah.
The legendary event. Really remember that one. Found it quite humorous.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
A lot of people have their accounts taken.
There are some people you just don't say a bad thing about them if you value your skins. And your
jokes on them. My skins are all on Xbox mostly, so
yeah, no jokes on them. They can have my 14 plat charms. I don't care. Yeah, you're taking a participation award from me, baby. I get ranked in there and I stay there.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, no, please, someone boost me, please.
Does anyone have?
How are we doing cat reveals?
Oh, he wanted attention. He was crying. Say hi.
No.
He doesn't want to be there.
No, he's crying. It's just not loud enough.
Okay.
Got a very big tail.
Yes. He's a very fluffy cat. And he just wants attention all the time.
You're like Elias.
Not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not gonna deny that one. I'm gonna be straight up. I'm
just gonna accept it. That's it.
Yeah, no, like I.
All right, so we've hit like the optimal time limit for the podcast.
All right.
So is there anything else any of you guys want to talk about before we like end it off? And
I mean, not without continuing on for another like 15 to 20 minutes.
If you want to go, we can go.
I'm just saying, toxicity among newer players is like absolutely awful. I was playing the other night, streaming with my buddies, and they were over here talking to me. I'm trying to teach who's watching my stream how to play Siege and showing them different ops. And then I'm telling them, hey, maybe you should join us. Literally that same game, they're over here yelling at this brand new Echo, level like 15, and trying to teach him how to play, yelling at him, calling him bad for missing his shots. And the dude said that straight up he came from Minecraft. This was his first FPS game. And that he was wanting to quit the game just because of it.
I find that kind of shit heartbreaking.
Yeah.
A lot of people recently have been complaining about how Siege is a dying game and how we're not getting any more new players.
No, we're killing our own community.
Yeah.
Those same people are the people who go into a casual game, talk shit to the guy who literally has never touched a PC in his life before, and make him want to go cry his eyeballs out. Like
the same people still using controller on PC because they just switched from a console.
Yeah. Oh, we met a guy, and again, not to go off or anything, but like, there are some console players that are actually pretty fucking good at this game.
Yeah.
I was in a casual match with this Irish guy the other day. Yeah, Priest.
So good.
Like,
amazing.
Bro,
they're like the epitome of like controller players that can compete on PC at a high level. I'm sorry.
No, my cat pulled the headphones.
But right, like, if you're gonna give shit for someone trying to be comfortable on a game, or if they're new and they're learning, right? Like, why not? Like, and let's look at it from the selfish standpoint, right? Like, why not get some self-satisfaction out of helping them? You know, like, you could do it that way, then you gain something from it. If you're just being an asshole, like...
It's just gatekeeping, and
Yep.
then egoing the shitter who just started the game. It's that ego thing again, like, hey, I'm better than you. You suck at the fucking game. Get off. Go back to whatever.
Yeah,
It's
and
not like... Go ahead.
I feel like there's a direct correlation between that and the fact that why some people choose to cheat. They're not improving, they're not as good as everyone, they're getting shit on and egoed for it, and they're like, fuck it, I'll just cheat. I'll just take the shortcut, then I'll show them, then I'll prove something. You know, like, for as much as we like to complain that the game is in a bad position, we don't do anything to help it get better.
It's all the devs' fault.
Yeah, fuck the devs. Work their asses off.
I know.
Fuck
I'm
off,
just
like you
saying,
do.
like, I don't know. UB support has definitely like gotten a lot better because, like, I'm sorry, this is kind of like going off, but like still going like on the topic we were talking about. Last night I was playing unranked with like my older sister, and it was unranked. I was playing like it was a ranked, but that's just the competitive in me. Like, that's all it was. And this guy was like, "Why is a level 252 playing unranked?" I was like, "I'm playing with my sister." I was like,
hit a certain level and you're not allowed to play on
Oh,
it.
I
yeah,
know,
no.
and like I don't understand that. I was like, I'm playing with like my sister who does not play the game a lot and kind of only plays because of me. And the guy replies, "Well, your sister's gonna be dead in 2 hours." And like that's like people can say what they want to me, and I don't care. But that struck a nerve. I went straight to Twitter, and I never do that. Like, I have a personal Twitter for me to vent on all the time. I went to my main Twitter, like, that was it. Like, screenshot it all. I was like, it's not funny. It's not cute. Like, this is just, like, it's not funny. Like, you shouldn't do something like that. Like, I know, like, okay, it happens all the time. But again, it struck a nerve. It was definitely, like, an in-the-moment thing. That dude's banned as of today. Like, literally got banned not even few hours after that post went out because it just blew up, and like people were tagging like Ubisoft support, Ubisoft devs, and like product manager, she was like, "Hey, like, did you put in an official report online?" I was like, "No, I can. Like, I'll send the screenshot of him and his racist friend who was dropping the N-word in chat." So it was both of them. I was like, "Here's both of them," and so they are banned as of right now for toxicity. Because, like, it just, like, I understand, like, some people, like, comments were different. Like, some people were like, "Oh, like, I'm sorry that happened. Like, sorry you have to go through this." And others were like, "I think it's funny. Like, I think it's hilarious. Like, why, like, your life must be great if this is what you're complaining about." But, like, my thing is, that shouldn't be something normal. That should be something like, "Oh, yeah, it's just normal toxicity for Siege." Like, kind of like what I was talking about earlier. Like, this shouldn't be a norm. This should just be, like, something that's out of the normal, super weird. Which it is. There is not a lot of, like, Siege is not completely toxic. Like, for people who are starting it, like, it's not always toxic. Like, there are a lot of great people in the game. There are a lot of really good, like, random people. But toxicity is more common than it should be. Like, I just think this should be something, like, people are like, "Oh, this happened. This hasn't happened in, like, years. Or I haven't seen something like this in years." I don't know. That was like my little rant that I wanted to talk about. That's just my little rant.
You know, and from the starting point of that, like, UB support getting better, and like, there is a definite lack of appreciation. They are people too, and they work, and they go about their daily lives, and in a way, they service you by quite literally supporting you in a game, right? Like, yes, they're obligated to from a corporate standpoint, right? But you know, like, it makes you think. Like, you see all this shit on Twitter about the devs being shit, the fucking support not being good enough. Like, there are people that see that affects them. Now, albeit, I'll be honest, like, I feel like the devs are a bit disconnected from the game at times. You know, like, I feel like that is factual more so, right? But like, how about you get them involved? How about you express your concerns in a proactive way?
But that's different though. Like, they're disconnected from like the competitive side of Siege. They're not disconnected from the toxicity and like their proactivity in the banning and shit. Like, they're getting way better, and it's not even arguable. It's way better than
they started
it was
banning
a year ago.
DDoSers recently on
On
console.
console, yeah, I saw that.
like you can complain all about the state of the game, or like the competitive side of the game, but you cannot really complain that they are getting better. It's not where it needs
Yeah.
to be. I think we can agree on that, but
It's getting way better. It's getting so
better.
much better. Like more people are getting banned for toxicity than before because they have the in-game feature, and then you can even go out of game, which speeds up. Like it was even told if you report not just in-game, but as long as outside of game, like through the Ubisoft website, it speeds up the process because it's a lot easier. Because they probably there's thousands, thousands of reports that go through like hourly, and they gotta go back through the entire chat log. Okay, was this person at all being toxic, or is someone just reporting them because they can? There is so much. Like, yeah, it's going to take a while. If someone does it like straight just through the website, like not through the website, just through the game, they have to go through the entire chat log for the entire game and check over everything. And then if you do it through the website, it's a lot faster because they can be like, all right, here is the screenshot, here is this, like this is the exact proof, this is all I need to ban them or not ban them. Then you do it through the game, then they have to scroll through all the messages, find the people, ban them. And so they're getting a lot better, but it's still super hard on them. Like they still, like they're humans. They can only do so much. They can only do it so fast. Like you can't expect someone to work 25/8, like to do everything. Like they have families, they have a life outside of work.
Man,
it makes me think. Imagine how cynical those people must be. Like they see some of the worst parts of people on the daily.
Yeah.
Like, man,
that's their job to see it.
Yeah, right. Like I'd go back to being a jaded prick if I saw that every day. Everyone sucks.
Man, if banning people's that easy, food, I could get so many people banned for cheating. I have like 10 clips in my fucking on my.
Like if you see somebody like cheating, report them through the website. Yeah. So much easier. It's super fast.
I'm gonna go do.
I really think
I'm getting my elo.
I was on console the other night, and some dude straight up DDoSed us, like my whole entire team. I was recording, so I sent that to Ubisoft support. I reported him inside of the game beforehand because he was already messaging us about DDoSing. And then I also, sent it into the actual website, and that dude, seriously, it sent me an email like 24 hours later that he got banned. I mean, because I sent it in on 3 different places.
Now, obviously, for some people, it's like, why would I have to put that much effort in? Like, y'all should just be able to do it one go and done, but...
Which you don't have to, but, the evidence helps, and the extra messages about it helps.
It's less stress on the support team, and it still gets the same point across, and it gets it done faster.
You're taking the step for them, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets the information to them, so they have to do less investigation, right? Like, it's not because they're lazy and not doing their job correctly. It's because it takes fucking forever to do it. Like, if it was so easy as, like, a screenshot is automatically pulled up, click ban, pass, right? Like, if it was that easy, then I could understand. But I guarantee you it's not.
It's not. It's a lot of work. And, like, they work tirelessly all the time. And still get shit on all the time by the community.
Look,
like,
if it's not that easy, then all those people, back to what we said earlier, who got banned for no reason, you think they're really just going like, oh, ban.
Yeah, no, they had to look into that.
Like, they didn't just ban you for no reason. You did something. Whether you might not have been cheating, but like, they might have looked at one of your game logs for being reported for toxicity. Look at you.
Yeah.
You know how many people like report big YouTubers like Macy J on the daily just for him being super popular? Like they don't just skim through and just start banning people. They actually have to look into that evidence.
And it. Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm just talking more than, man. Fuck. All right, and it's not like they can just sift through it and say, oh, we'll like blacklist this player from the report list, right? Because you have to be fair with it, right? Like just because someone's like super known, Doki got on the receiving end of that, right? 6 months, man, that fucking sucks. But like they have to be fair with it. They can't blacklist certain people because those people are not infallible. They are still prone to it. Obviously, Doki's situation is the most, or past situation was the most
known.
It was the most known for obvious reasons. But, it just shows that their job is hard. They can't take shortcuts, and it's got to be a manual, fucked up process.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Thank you,
I want to talk
everybody.
about like casual gatekeeping because Prodigy said something earlier. Once you hit a certain level, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, like
Yeah.
if you're past like 150, if you
Or
hit
rank.
plat, if you hit
Yep.
plat or you pass 150,
Or you have a positive KD.
God forbid you do good.
You
in a video game.
cannot play casual. You have to play ranked at that point. You can't play anything besides ranked. Not unranked. It's got to be ranked.
It's got to be right, and it annoys me, right? Because it's like, like, yeah, I fucking suck at ranked, so I go to casual so I can have fun in the video game, And I'm sorry that I'm again not sound like I'm on a high horse, but like you'll fucking like do really good in casual without even trying, and people will be like, "You're trying your ass off, stop sweating." It's like,
Or you're
man,
called a cheater.
I've just put so many hours into this video game; it's natural, and even then, I suck. Comparatively, of course.
I mean, it's just annoying because like people are just like you're not allowed to play the game with us because you're better than us or whatever, and it really just it ruins my experience because I don't want to play ranked right now. I played 2 ranked games yesterday, both had cheaters, and don't want to play ranked. My main account, 0 placements. I was playing casual, I was getting dogged on the whole time for being an unranked, like plat 1 level player playing in casual, being a dickhead to people. Like, my bad, I can't play ranked right now unless I want like die. I don't know what to tell you. And people just like they're like, well, go play ranked, get better at the game. But like, why don't you go get better at the game if I need to get better at the game? Like,
Yeah.
leave me alone. Like, there's gatekeepings on both sides. Like, you're either gatekeeping people from casual who are better than you, or you're gatekeeping people from ranked who are worse than you. And that, like, it's like a circle of toxicity. People are just being dickheads to each other, and it's just really putting off people from, like, they see someone play, they, like, try the game once, and they're like, okay, I don't want to play this game. This game's shit. Why would I play this game?
Yeah. And it's... Yeah, no, go.
Oh, alright. There's also, like, there's diamond and platinum players who will gatekeep people out of unranked and tell them to go back to, like, newcomer just because they're below level 30. Like, just because you have access to that doesn't mean you should be only in newcomer.
Yeah, especially if you want to improve quickly, right? Because in my experience, like, I'll just be honest, like, on my Smurf when I first got it, I found it a little fun to go into newcomer and act like I was hot shit because no one could shoot back, right? Like, I'm sure everyone has a little bit of experience from that. We can all agree from an objective standpoint, newcomer is a mess. Because it's either half Smurfs or it's half people that... Because if you have a 0 and a 0 added together, what does that make? A 0. No one is learning anything because there's no one better than each other.
Have you ever played a cheater newcomer?
God forbid I ever do.
Oh my gosh, people have egos in newcomer for
Oh my
cheating against
God.
people who just found like this game. Like, it is insane. Like, they're like, you are so dog shit at this game, and then like the kill cam will be them spinning in 360s, headshotting all 5 of them. Like, people are
like,
so
man.
stupid. I don't know.
I think that
there's
tonight...
so much to talk about.
There is, but I think that tonight has been a very proactive discussion. I'd like to think that everyone has gotten some thoughts out there and said some shit that has needed to be heard. Now, obviously, there will be people, assuming enough people hear this, right? There's probably going to be one person out there that is thinking, man, these guys are a bunch of prudes. Like, man, they're complaining about stuff that doesn't exist, or they're just being a bunch of snowflakes, right? I just want to say, you're a fucking idiot. If you're thinking right that right now, fuck you. Think for yourself for once.
Get the hell
Take
off
some
our
responsibility.
podcast.
Yeah, take some responsibility for your actions. Put your fucking big boy pants on. Like, shut the fuck up.
This is where I check y'all. Don't toxicity does not equal toxicity. That's all I'm saying. I'm checking y'all right now. I'm checking you.
I am standing my ground. Nothing more.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like just one major just like phrase or takeaway. It's just like, do better. Like,
Do better. Be the better person. Be the better person. Be the bigger man or woman. Be the bigger person. Be the bigger person. Be the better person. Check someone when they need to be checked.
Man, We say that like we got all life all figured out, don't we?
Man, I suck as a person. I'll be honest. Shit.
Oh no, we all suck a little bit, but at least we're aware, right? Anyway, I think that would be a good conclusion for the night if everyone would agree to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Prodigy, Allie, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. For those of you missing Sam will be back tomorrow. It's a Jewish holiday, so he's spending time with his family or observing the holiday. I'm not really sure.
Or for those of you that don't like Sam, we're sorry, he'll be back next week.
He'll be back tomorrow, actually. This episode should be uploaded on Sunday, and then the next episode will be uploaded on Monday. So you'll see 2 episodes this week, and
Gotcha.
That's all we got. Thank you guys
All right.
again.
Thank you.
And bye.